guys, and welcome back to the New Parent 101. Today we're going to be looking at everything involving burping or winding your baby. All of the information that I've used today has come from the Start for Life NHS website, so I will put that in the description below so that you can go and check it all out for yourself if you need to. Well, first off, what is burping and why do you need to do it? Well, every single baby in their early life needs to be winded because they're just too small to be able to do it themselves. When babies feed, they swallow little air bubbles, which then can form into a big air bubble in their tummy and cause them quite significant discomfort if you don't get rid of the air bubble. You need to burp your baby regardless of whether they're breastfed or bottle fed because they'll still swallow air either way. So when do you need to burp your baby? Well, this one's a little bit more complicated because it depends on the baby. Some babies need to be burped during a feed, some babies don't. Some babies can wait until after they've finished their feed before they are burped. The advice given by the NHS is to look to your baby for clues. So, are they in any kind of discomfort? Are they bringing their legs up to their chest? Are they twisting? Are they wriggling while you're feeding them? Just look for signs of discomfort, and if this is the case, you might need to stop feeding them and give them a burp. However, if they are not showing any signs of discomfort, you just continue to let them to feed until the end of their feed, and you can burp them then. If you're feeding them, think they might need burped, and you take the bottle away and they immediately become upset, then chances are they probably want the food more than they want to be burped. So it's all about reading your child's cues. So how do you burp a baby? Well, I'm going to teach you 5 methods today which I use to burp Flick. And all of them have been pretty effective. I generally only tend to use 2 of them now because she's a little bit bigger. However, at one point I have used all of these methods. So method number 1, I sit her on my knee. So I'm going to place the baby on my knee in a sitting position and support their head under the chin with one hand. I'm going to then use my other hand to pat or gently rub her back. And as you can see, she looks incredibly happy about it here. So the second method is the over the shoulder method. So this is the one that is most commonly used when burping babies. So you pick the baby up, you hold them so their body is to yours with their head facing over your shoulder. And then you use the other hand to pat and rub their back gently. The third method is to wriggle them. Now, I found this one on a TikTok and I thought there's no way that that can work. However, it does sort of make sense. Have you noticed that when you pick up a baby and when you pass them around, sometimes they can burp, and it's because you're wiggling them around enough to dislodge that trapped air. So all you're going to do is mimic this. You're going to pick them up and just give them a gentle just wiggle. I normally do it in a figure of 8 from side to side, and they generally tend to find it very fun as well. Method number 4 is just walking around. So when I walk around, I put one arm underneath her bum to support her, and then another arm up across her stomach, and then I'm going to bounce slightly while I'm walking around, because remember, the aim of the game is just to get rid of this trapped little air bubble, so movement is key. And the 5th method, the final method, is over the lap. So I put babies face down on my lap, so their tummy should be on one knee and their head should be on the other. Remember to position their head so that their head is not face down and their airway isn't obstructed. And then again, you're just going to gently pat or rub their back. So like I said earlier, you don't just have to use one of these. If you're not getting the burp and your baby's still in discomfort, mix and match, like change them up a little bit, because sometimes we used to do a little bit of pat over the shoulder and then a little bit of sat on my lap and giving her a little pat there, and those 2 combined generally was enough to make her burp anyway. I generally do each one for about a minute. So I might pat for 10 seconds, rub for 10 seconds, and then do that for a minute, and then pop her on my knee, pat for 10 seconds, rub for 10 seconds for a minute. After that time, if she hasn't burped and she's not in discomfort, I generally just leave her. She doesn't always burp every single time she feeds, and you don't want to be sat there for 20 minutes trying to burp a baby that doesn't need burp. However, what happens if they still don't burp and they are in discomfort? Remember, if they're twisting, if they're crying, if they arch their back, if they pull their legs up to their tummy, these are all signs that your baby might have trapped wind. The NHS recommends popping them on their back and either rubbing their tummy. Sometimes I know that when I give Flick a baby massage, that sometimes releases some wind, and it's that motion of rubbing the tummy and manipulating the air inside her. Or you can also grab your baby's legs while they're lying on their back and gently moving baby's legs around as if they were riding a bicycle. So just quite gently like that, and that can sometimes be enough to release the gas. If you're still having problems after this, my recommendation would be to talk to your health visitor or another qualified professional, just to make sure that your baby is as comfortable as they can be. Anyway, that was a nice short video today all about how to wind and burp your baby. This was actually one of the first TikTok videos that I ever did, so it basically this condensed into 15 seconds. So if that's something that you're interested in, more parenting tips but in 15-second bursts, then you can find me on TikTok at the New Parent 101. If you want to ask any questions, again, you can find me there, or you can go on my Instagram, which is also the New Parent 101, or you can go to the contact form on my website, which is www.thenewparent101.com. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, anything like that, then stick it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Happy parenting.